Welcome to another video in the Ark Taming series, The Adventures of Taming for Ark Survival Evolved, and we are back on Ragnarok in the volcanic area in my modded Ark experience. And if you thought this area was dangerous in vanilla Ark, you should see it on my server. So what we are going to attempt to do is we are going to attempt to tame an origin dragon from the Shadlos Tameable Bosses mod. Now, there are a metric ton of these creatures in this area. And the very first thing we have to do whenever we want to tame is make a trap. And in order to make a trap, we have to make sure the area is clean of enemies, okay? So this looks pretty clean right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use behemoth stone gates. And the reason why we're going to use stone gates over metal gates is because the stone gates have a roof, and the metal ones do not have a roof. And so we don't want the origin dragon to escape. But at the same time, before we go on with our bad self, we want to make sure that our flyer, which in this case is my trusty Desmodus, can fit through the opening right here. And it can. So that's good. So what we're going to do is we are going to close up this side of the gate. With doors. I'm using metal just because that's what I have handy, but stone will work as well. Just as well. Now the issue we're going to have here is the origin dragons are super fast, okay? And there's also like 5 of them up here on the mountain, okay? Now obviously I have to have a flat area to build the trap. Now there is a 168 dragon up the hill here. And that's the one we're going to want to try to get the attention of. The issue is there are a bunch of other dragons and manticores and other bad things that want to do me harm in the area. So what I have to do is try to get this dragon right here without these other ones being a pain. So thankfully I have a bat, so we're gonna actually try to kill the other dragons from the back of the bat. Okay. If you don't have a bat, you will have to land and do this part. And obviously these dragons, where'd they go? There's one. And I'm probably going to try to kill this one as well. Alright. Now the scary part. Because we have to get... Alright, we're going to kill this one too. So the smaller things, I'm kind of leaving them there. Because we are in the air after all. Alright, so here we go. We have the one that I want isolated. Now we just have to get his attention. And not die to it. Oh boy. So we have a manticore down there to the right that we don't want to anger either. Oh. Ow. Okay, okay. So mantises just spawned in there. That could be a problem. Alright, so we got him in. Alright, so he should be in there. Now we just have to kill the damn mantises that decided to show up while we were absent. Alright. Clean up anything around the trap. As you can see, he's not hurting the trap, which is good. But his range with that fire is pretty decent. So keep your distance, and then take out your gun. I'm using shocking trank darts. Nothing special. It's vanilla trank darts. My server settings are 2.5 taming. 0.5 times taming. And here we go. So, just like every other creature in this mod that I've noticed, the creature has far more torpidity or torpor than health, okay? The dragon, from what I can see, has the most torpor, except when you get into the titans. There's 2 titans in this mod as well. The soul of the king and the soul of the second lieutenant. So don't get too close, because that fire will kill you. Thankfully, most of the time they are going to be more mad at the trap than they are at you. And this is why I suggest the trap, because once they start running with torpor like this, they are very difficult to catch up to. Because they will fly really quickly when they're torpor running. Okay, let's knock them out and kill the mantis that just spawned in. Alright, so the dragon is now knocked out, and its torpor goes really, really fast. And it won't give me an inventory. That's cool. So we're gonna have to try to get to the other side of it, because he has giga torpor. So you gotta get some biotoxin onto him quickly, or narcotics, or whatever else you're using. Dragon has super fast torpidity, just like a Giga, okay? And they take a lot of kibble. A lot of kibble. In this case, a 168 takes 28 extraordinary kibble, okay? The best kibble in the game. And it takes a lot of it. And it will take forever as well. So if you want to use a Sanguine Elixir, this is probably the best creature to do it on. Or one of the best creatures to do it on, okay? I don't think I have enough to make a Sanguine Elixir currently. But it probably would behoove us to do so. So hopefully we've fed him enough biotoxin. And let's go over here and try to get enough blood. Maybe a Sanguine Elixir. you get over here, grab the same one elixir off of your bot, and then we can go ahead and use it. And that's going to save you some biotoxin, some kibble, the whole nine. Okay. Now I am also using the Additional Creatures 2 Wild Ark mod, which is why I have this Binturong on my shoulder. The Binturong adds a debuff to your tames called Popcorn Scent, that you can see there on my awesome spyglass. Now you can't because it's behind my camera. But it does have a popcorn scent that it applies to your tame, which increases its food value, which means it decreases the amount of time that it takes to tame the creature that is on the popcorn scent. But just keep a close eye on its torpor to make sure that it does not start waking up, because they will wake up super quick. So just keep an eye on this torpor right here. In the meantime, I will tell you that you do need, not necessarily a saddle, but you will need something called an implant to ride the dragon, or to mount it rather, and that is available at level 90. And you can craft this, I believe, directly in your inventory. It costs 350 fiber, 680 hide, and 120 metal ingot. This is the third or fourth of the creatures. I believe they're in the order of Dodospondylus, Rambe, Manticore, and then Dragon, and then you have the two Titans after that are 110 before you can get the implants to ride them. I also have a video available for the Soul of the King and what it does. We have not caught a Soul of the Lieutenant yet, but hopefully that'll be a future video. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until this Origin Dragon wakes up, and then I will tell you guys a little bit more about the creature. Alright, so we are back. This guy is about to wake up. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my trap. Alright, there we go. We have our dragon. And now what we're going to do is put his saddle on, or rather his implant. Like so. Take off the excess kibble. And then we'll look at his stuff. So a little bit of information about the dragon. It is dark as heck in this game. I don't remember what button I had set for my gamma. God dang it. I don't remember my gamma up buttons, guys. Let me see here. Gamma 3. Is that how you do it? No. Gamma 2. Gamma 1. No. Gamma 5. There we go. That's much better. Okay. What? Alright, so here we go. So a couple of things about the Origin Dragon. Habitat is the first thing. You can find them in the mountains, the lava island, or the volcanic region, like I am on Ragnarok. There is an X variant on Genesis and a Tech variant on Genesis as well. I'm going to show you guys both of those variants. You can also find them in the desert mountains and the desert biodome on Extinction. Okay, the first thing I want to show you guys is much like a wyvern. They have a wing flap, which you can do with your left control button. Okay, and that actually does damage also. Okay, but there is a cooldown to that. And it does cost stamina as well. It has a big AoE damage area as well. Now, these guys are not what you would call a fast flyer. Okay, not at all, Paul. They are immune to lava and fire, and they are a competent flyer, but they're not very useful in battle in the air. Now, what's really cool is they will, they are good harvesters of metal, and they are excellent physical powerhouses. Now, the cool thing also is when you harvest metal with them, they also decrease the weight of metal in their own inventory, as well as other things that it will harvest, okay? And you can harvest things. I think with their flat, right? Yeah, that's how you do the wood, okay? The left click does a bite, which does high damage. I don't think that works in the air. I lied. It does work in the air. So air and land, it will work. I don't think it fights the right click is a fire breath, much like, obviously, like the fire wyverns, but it is slightly stronger than the fire wyvern's breath. Kind of like my son Toby's breath, but a little bit stronger than mine. The Z key does a claw slash, and the C key claw slash is how you harvest your metal. So if you went up to, say, Ozzy Osbourne with this Origin Dragon and hit him with the sea, you would harvest him because Ozzy is metal. Okay, so next you have the X key. The X key, while you are in the air, will pick up creatures like, well, I was going to say like the Anki, but I would have been a liar because clearly the Anki is not one of them. But the X key will pick things up, and then you use the same X key to drop said creature again. Okay? Now the O key, that's the letter O, does a roar. So, and that is completely aesthetic. Like that. Okay? And obviously the space bar is how you get into the air. Now, I'm going to go ahead and land because I want to show you guys the cool variants of this creature from the Genesis map. Because I think you guys will really, really like it. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back to the base. That's not the right thing. That's still not the right thing. There we go. So we're going to go back to the base, and we'll show you the other two creatures. So here they are, guys. The X variant is right there. Look at that thing, man. And then the tech variant also. And the tech variant basically looks like the dragon that you face when you're fighting the Overseer on the island. And when I saw these, they are on the lunar biome of Genesis. When I saw them for the first time, I did not scream like a little girl. Not at all. I didn't. I will never admit to that. It's okay, so it's possible it may have happened that way. I don't know. It could have. But let me show you this cool ass tech variant of the Origin Dragon. Look at this thing, man. Now you tell me that's not gonna scare you just a little bit, right? Look at the eyes, man. Like, just the eyes are enough. Whew. This is the tech variant of the Origin Dragon. Again, only found in the lunar biome on Genesis 1. I don't know if they spawn in the space area on Genesis 2. They might. They might. I never checked. Maybe somebody can comment down below. I didn't mean to do that. I still have the saddle on it. I wanted to show you all the X version too. Look at this thing, man. I don't think I can ride it without the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get the thing off of here. But yeah, guys, if you are somebody who's always wanted to tame one of the bosses in this game, the Shadlos Tameable Bosses mod is probably the mod for you. There are other mods out there where you can tame the bosses, but in my opinion, this one is definitely much better. The bosses are not quite as OP as some of the other mods. And they're not, and because they're not as OP, they're not quite as difficult to get either. But you can see this X variant is dope. Get these in the Volcano biome on Genesis 1. They're so cool. Yeah, that is the Origin Dragon from Shadlos Tameable Bosses. Hope you guys enjoyed this Taming series video. And if you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more like this, you can, of course, hit the subscribe button. And I will catch you down the road. Thanks for watching.